It was Jesus who told the Laodicean church, I know your works. You are neither cold nor hot. I wish that you were either cold or hot. So because you're lukewarm, neither hot nor cold, I will spit you out of my mouth. Was Jesus telling this church that he would rather their zeal be hot or passionately fervent or stone cold for him like many teach? First, would Jesus ever say to his church, I'd rather you be for me or against me, but don't play the middle? Absolutely not. Second, this perspective leads us to reduce being hot and cold down to a measure of our passion and intensity. Being hot and cold has absolutely nothing to do with our passion and intensity. This is where context is so critical. You and I must understand a few things. Laodicea had a problem with its water supply, so they received their water from two cities. Colossae, 6 miles away, was famous for its refreshing cold mountain streams that was good for drinking on a hot day. Hierapolis, 11 miles away, was famous for its hot springs with calcium deposits used for medicinal purposes. An underground aqueduct was built to pipe hot and cold water into the city. Here was the issue. Because of the distance the waters had to travel, by the time they got to Laodicea, they were no longer cold and refreshing or hot and medicinal. The waters were lukewarm, rendering them absolutely useless. So Jesus is not saying be passionately hot or be stone cold for him. He's not saying be for me or against me. The problem is not the temperature. It's the distance from the source. This church had become just like dirty, tepid water that came into the city, and they were completely self-deceived, and this sickened Christ. The Laodiceans didn't take a stand for anything. Indifference had led to idleness. By neglecting to do anything for Christ, the church had become hardened and self-satisfied, and it was destroying itself. Here's the reality. There's nothing more vomit-inducing to Jesus than a half-hearted, nominal, lukewarm Christian who is self-sufficient. What happens when a Christian is self-sufficient? Well, they detach from Jesus. They become useless. They fall away. This is why Jesus gave his disciples a very stark warning. He said in John 15, whoever abides in me and I in him, he it is that bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. Church, what matters to Jesus most is staying close to him, remaining in him. He is the source of everlasting life. And if we don't stay or remain close to the source, we will perish.